Alright, everybody, so no, it's been a couple weeks, but I'm back at it. And we're starting the second world today. Now, the game doesn't start to get too difficult until, like I said in the first video, probably around world 2 or 3 or 4, probably. I would say 2, but it's still pretty basic stuff for the most part. Now, this animal I'm jumped on, his name is, I believe, he's Winky the Frog, I believe. He's not as useful as the Rhino, but he does jump pretty high. He's got that much going for him. Plus, you can reach barrels like that and not have to worry about jumping on the Necky there. Yeah, those birds are called Neckies, so just for future reference, that's what they're called. And we'll be fighting much bigger versions of those anyway, so... And they become a very staple enemy. We'll fight many of these as they go on. Another thing Winky has going for him is he can kill the red zingers, and that's always a very useful ability. And just like that, the level's over. And we even got everything in that level. That's very short level. Now here's one of the first levels that does actually start to get a little mean. You may be thinking, oh, it's just a simple press the A button at the right time. Well, yes, but trust me, it's a little tricky. So especially stump you the first couple times you played through. Though then again, this one isn't that bad, but the ones later on do get kind of rough. On the other hand, I would have to argue that the ones in Donkey Kong Country Returns are much harder. Not doing too bad, though, so far. See, that's one thing that can make this tricky, is those minecarts that are turned over on the tracks here. It's one of those things, it really takes practice to get used to, because it makes doing those jumps a lot harder to... Oh, see, there we go. Lightning fast reflexes you gotta have. And those Kremlins in the carts are called Crash, I believe. Yes, I know they thought long and hard on that name, but still. Now there's one last one coming up here any second now that... no, that's not it. It's like seriously at the very end of the level. Okay, I kind of jumped the gun on my... Okay, here it is. So, I jumped way too soon there. Like I said, very, very mean. That really is the first nasty trick they throw at you in this game. But I still like my chances nonetheless. Whee! It's something that really defines the Donkey Kong Country games as you go forward. What appear to be simple little tasks are a bit trickier than they seem. It's also something Rare did very well back in the day of building upon its sequels. Of course, with Microsoft, they don't get a chance to do that much now, but back in the day, they could really make some good franchises. But I'll talk a little more about that later. Oops, that was a close one. I about died there. There we go. Not too shabby. Let me turn the volume down right quick, actually. About 60, I guess. It's not that I'm too worried about it. It's just that I don't like the videos to be too loud, because it tends to distort the audio a little bit. Bouncing Bonanza. Excuse me? Okay, rewind the video there. I clearly jumped on that guy. Fine, I'll just roll into him as punishment. Now, I don't recall if this has really been a big issue yet, but the tires are another thing that becomes very important as we... Wow. This video is going well already, isn't it? If possible, I want to cover at least one world per video. that might get a bit lengthy, but it's really going to depend on my progress. But anyway, as I was saying, the tire is something that becomes important as the game goes on. A lot more levels are going to use it. It's just a matter of learning how to use it to your advantage. I'm talking like this game is full of tactics, but it's not really, but, you know. Well, that went well. Pretty sure there's a hidden room somewhere in there, but I'm not going to bother looking for it. Yeah. After all, if you watch my I Want to Be the Guy playthrough, you know I'm not really big on 100% games at all. I mean, I will if it's fun, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm playing Infamous 2 right now, and I probably will get every blast shard in that game if I possibly can, anyway. But, well, that didn't work out well. I will say that I think it might be this level where you can get a Winky, I believe. Or you can, like, jump through that wall, but I guess I screwed that up. But I'm pretty sure you can go down here. And sure enough, you can. I love that rapid bounce there. Now, that doesn't really make any sense there, at least in terms of the actual game, because nothing was in that barrel, but yeah, something is once you get hit. Oh, here's where you get the Winky Toad. Awesome. Man, I sure hope his name is Winky, because I've been messing this up the whole time. Luckily, they go through the name of the characters at the end of the game, and I suppose I could look it up, but meh. Honestly. I'm also thinking about doing an Action Weekly tonight. I've seen quite a few movies this summer, and I do have some things I would like to talk about. Besides, I really don't do any of those anymore, do I? Wow, I apologize for that. That was terrible. Any chance I could go back and get that tire? I mean, there's nothing terribly important down here, but still. There we go. There we go. You see, it's actually a hidden wall, and you get a letter up here. Since I do want to at least make good that I'll at least try to get all the letters anyway. Not that I will, but I want to try. Of course, me and trying never really seems to work out sometimes. Let's let Donkey Kong ride this thing. Of course, that must be pretty hard for that poor Toad having to jump on that gorilla. Or jump with the gorilla on its back, that is. Think about that for a second. You got that one... I mean, granted, it's a big Toad, but... I mean, come on. It's a gorilla, you know? Speaking of, haven't you got... Oh... So speaking of, haven't you guys seen the trailer for that new Planet of the Apes movie? I believe it's called The Rise of the Planet of the Apes. First of all, that's the longest title to a movie I believe I've ever seen. Or maybe not the longest, but it's easily the most ridiculous. Think about it. The Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That's... Oh, mercy. Anyway, what I love about that whole trailer is that apparently not only does this serum that increases their intelligence, but also makes them bulletproof as well. Because if you ever watch the trailer, they have the cops, or yeah, they look like it's really more of a SWAT team, I suppose. They're shooting at them with a machine gun, and apparently they take over the Earth anyway. And all the gorillas and monkeys are using are, excuse me, spears and things like that. It makes no sense. Then again, I'm applying logic to movies, so maybe I should consider adjusting my expectations. Yeah, I'm not completing this world in this video. I'm sorry about that. Ain't gonna happen. Man, I don't even want to think about how the rest of the game's going to go if I'm failing this badly. Okay, that's probably for the best, I hate to say. Of course, I say that and there's a zinger right there. Now, if I had the Winky Toad, I could just jump on him and make it that way, but that wasn't working out well at all, was it? Well, there goes Donkey Kong, but maybe... Oh, never mind. Oh, of course, there had to be one of you there. And as far as I know, there are no bonuses for actually completing any of the levels with the animal buddies, so I don't think you have to do it really. Now, if you've watched Brian Software's playthrough, he was always a big fan of Diddy, But, I mean, yeah, he's more agile, but Donkey Kong has his advantages as well. I mean, Diddy's pretty awesome and all, but, you know, I don't like him quite as much as Brysov does. In fact, I'm going to let him have all the credit, even though he did little of the work. Let me check my time here. Okay, that's not checking my time. Think, Woodard, it's not that hard. Let's see, about 10 minutes? That's not as bad as I thought. We'll keep going. Stop and go station. Alright, these, if I'm not mistaken, are the first appearance of Claptraps. And also there's these guys whose name I can't remember. The gimmick with these guys is you press that switch and it'll stop. However, that light will only stay on for a limited time. So you have to make sure the light stays on red as much as possible. Also, don't try rolling those Claptraps. You'll just fail miserably, unless that is you get them from behind. But that's really more trouble than it's worth, honestly. Oh, Claptraps. They really became a staple as the game series went on. It was really their go-to way of making the game more difficult. It's like, hey, this level isn't hard enough. Throw in Claptraps. And to be fair, it worked. Pretty well, actually. Many levels were made needlessly difficult. Okay, I'm not going to bother getting that. You couldn't roll jump to get that, but, I've messed up in this video enough as it is. Oh, that was close. I should have got hit there. Oh. Oh! That was terrible. And we haven't even got to the hard part of the game yet either. I'm starting to get a little worried. I mean, not I want to be the guy worried, but still worried. I mean, this game is no pushover in difficulty, I can assure you of that. Oh no, I didn't spell Kong in this level. Whatever shall I do? Oop, that was close. Who needs Doom 3 when you got this game to thrill you? Okay, this isn't gonna... That was stupid, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna make any excuses there. I should not have tried that. I think what I'm gonna do is get through about halfway through this world, I think. We'll just have to see how long that takes. Either that or I could just edit the video some. We'll just have to see. Oh, Claptraps. To be fair, not as bad as they were in Donkey Kong Country 2, because... Well, actually, these are the worst Claptraps because they're so hard to hit. Their hitbox is actually fairly small. At least in my experience, it is. Alright, run as fast as you can. And Diddy Kong actually gets a level. It's been pretty much a Donkey Kong party so far anyway. Funky Flights, as usual we don't need to go there. Milestone Mayhem. This is actually, the temple levels, I gotta say, are some of my favorite levels in the game. No reason, really, I just think they look cool. Okay, I actually kind of want to get that. Or not. Like I said, there's no use to try, really, in the bonus rooms. You just get credit for finding them. See? Another tire. It's becoming important already. Roll that tire. And also, I hate those guys. Should go without saying, we don't touch them. Wow. Well, so much for spelling Kong in every video. Then again, if you're a fan of mine, you know I tend to break my promises rather easily when it comes to YouTube. Okay, this is just find the balloon. It's whichever one it stops on, you kind of have to guess. And I'm guessing that one, and I was right. Haha. recuperated 2 of those lives I lost. Not bad at all. Oh, bananas. Because the coins just aren't good enough in the world of Donkey Kong Country. Seriously, can you imagine Mario collecting all these bananas? What would he do with them? Then again, where does he keep all those coins he always earns anyway? The world may never know. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a Winky Toad somewhere in here, and I believe right at... Well, the tire's gone, and I'm not going to bother getting it, but basically jump on that platform there and jump up to a ledge that's to the... Yeah, you keep going there, and you can find one there, but it's not necessary, and I'm not going to get it. Okay, just run past that guy. And this gets a little tricky. And I don't know how that didn't hit me there. I don't know if it's this emulator or what, but man, that should have hit me. There we go. Just when I thought the game was being generous. Just when I thought the game was being generous. That's the thing about Donkey Kong, though, is that his hitbox is pretty large compared to Diddy's. It just seems like he gets hit easier. Or more easily, I guess, is the more grammatically correct term. Alright, let's actually try to get this now. Platform Skills 101. Yep, just like I said, there's a Winky Toad up here. Whee! Oh, no, no. That actually would have been a big help. I want that Winky Toad. It does make jumping that thing a lot easier. Winky gets a lot of crap, and I don't believe he appeared in any game after this, but he was a pretty underrated character in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not as good as like Rambi or On Guard, but, you know. Alright, let's not... I said let's not screw this up, or I was about to anyway. But regardless, we finished the level. And we're actually going to finish this world, it looks like, today. Let me check my time once again. 18 minutes, yeah. I'm just going to skip Cranky Kong, because he doesn't tell you anything particularly important. Necky's Nuts, not a very ominous name at all, is it? I just don't see how the thing got that big, honestly. I mean, how did the thing fly? But, you know, let's not try to apply too much thought to this. Now, you can actually jump on him when he's up that high, but it's not as easy. And it's, honestly, you're just as likely to get hit trying to do that, so don't even try. And just like that, the level's done, and the world is also completed. And next time, we'll be off to World 3, which I promise you gets more mean. But you'll just have to wait till next time.